see here what we do. Let's first hopefully just load into the actual game.
고요한 밤이야. 달빛도 적고 잠입하기에 딱 적당하지.
Sorry, confusing there. Hello, everybody. Super to see you. I really wanted to do this a while ago, but we are finally getting it. This is very excited to be doing this. Meant to do some other streams in between, but screw it. I really want to do this event, so let's get into it. Alrighty. As our voyage on the Great Lake extends, the list of things to keep the sinners entertained grows ever smaller. In a way, it sounds like a serious problem, but... Guys, anybody got any fun stories to tell? No, for the 30th time. I suppose repeating the exact same phrase that many times is a talent, if it even could be called that. If you're having trouble recalling what you said moments ago... C has repeated that phrase 28 times, to be precise. At 30, I was planning to verify if she had suffered any damages to her occipital region. Mersault, you are lovely. You are the best. I really was hoping. I'm very glad to see more of you, and I can't wait for your canto. I get it. I'm just that bored. There's no backgammon again and again and again. Good, I've got a job for you. How about you start feeding the seagull on time for once? Somehow became my responsibility after all you got tired of taking care of it. Something that we had going with us, I'm pretty sure. We're gonna have to let the seagull go once we're out of the Great Lake. Why do you even let yourself get attached to it? Just look at her. The way she looks at you, those woeful eyes. What, your average seagull eyes? It was abundantly clear that the sinners were starting to slowly expire from sheer boredom. Well, it's not really a problem that has a solution. I had zero interesting stories to tell, considering that I'm an amnesiac, so... all I could do was sit there and watch the sinners. That is a pretty part of the course. You'd say this is not the worst thing that has ever happened. Putting them through the daily trials of the mirror dungeons wasn't the most exciting activity either. I mean, it sounds pretty exciting. Speaking of which, Heathcliff appears to be the one least affected by this mess. Well, not that he was all calm and aloof, that is. I'd say he's anxious. Oi, Virgilus. Huh? A frosty silence descended upon the sinners. And the source of that frost was the inexplicable event that played out before their eyes. Huh? Yeah, who talks to Virgilus? Oh, Heathcliff, have you gone insane? Did you finally snap? Now must we decide if I can lose concentration. Maybe we can self-preservation syndrome or something like that? Yeah, like that. You are asking me, bro. Heathcliff? Suck your traps, I ain't mad. It makes sense that self-preservation is a spine. Impressive, Heathcliff. I rarely found myself surprised in this adventure so far. This is one of those rare occasions. Speak. What is your business? It's the, our next destination is T-Corp, innit? Called it! Do you really need me to answer that? You know what I'm talking about? Patience, Heathcliff, though that seems to be a virtue that most of you lack. everything goes according to the flow, you'll make it your appointment on time. Since I had no context for any of that, all I could do was sit here and watch as Heathcliff scratched the back of his head. I was still out of the loop, but Heathcliff must be really anxious about something. He's willing to talk to Virgilus first, and after all that... That's not what else could possibly be more important than the appointment. Wait. Heathcliff turned around to face us. Wait, any of you got any history with T-Corp? Show of hands now. I have, in a way. I reside. Right. But we already did you, didn't we? Then, yeah, soon it'll be. But we're still in the middle of this mad lake. Wait, Clockhead, what's today's date? How would I know? Huh? Can't you tell the date? You're a clock for a head, huh? Or you have a clock for a head, huh? Clocks and calendars are completely different things. Yeah, you gotta talk to a calendar head, man. Yeah, Heath. That was your 30th sided day. Keep doing that and you might just huff and puff our boat to pieces. Roddy, and you can't complain either. Hellas, Heathcliff, your turn's coming up, isn't it? And whatever it is that awaits you there, you're gonna have to prepare yourself for it. Yeah, I suppose. There's no use in hiding it anymore. After some time... Right, so to summarize, Heathcliff's starting to feel like his turn's coming up now that Ismo's had her time in the winger. And he's got good reason to believe that because Virgilus handed him something in their last consultation that affirmed his suspicions. And according to that something, he'll need some fancy clothes and whatnot to refine his looks before he gets to T-Corp. But since we're so far from escaping the lake, you're starting to feel restless. Yeah, so you can before we hit solid ground, is there? Aw, come on, Heath, that's it. Don't you worry, I can definitely help you with that as soon as we get to land, Kay? Aw, Rodian, that's kinda cute. We don't even know how far away from land we are. Dante, we have reached the end of the scheduled work period for the sinners. Huh? Oh, yeah. I hereby confirm today's close of business for the sinners. They effectively said my usual routine pieces to light alarm played. Man, it wasn't even a big deal then. I was hoping to see an active dramatic blood set for once. Just... Well, at least he wasn't trying to stir up trouble for once. The sinners each got up from their seats, yawning and stretching, and one by one disappeared into the back door. Oi, Clockhead! Didn't know they knocked your wits off along with your head. Sorry? The director isn't completely wrong, is he? Can't you even mince words at this point? Virgilus and Charon also walked to the back door, mocking grins on their faces. And I was left alone in the ship's cabin, standing awkwardly next to the severely crestfallen Heathcliff. Come! And she's there too. Wait. There was another. Sir Heathcliff! Huh? What are you doing out here, girl? Run along, you guess about to hide my pictures of T-Corp or something. I shall have plenty of time for that later. Yet thou shalt do well to treat me well, Sir Heathcliff. What, you little... Hold! Allow me to finish! Manager Esquire, Sir Heathcliff, come hither, huss! Don Quixote wore a confident smile. She slowly, gingerly walked over to presently and temporarily vacant Charon's seat, and whispered ever so silently to us. Forsooth, I have devised a splendid plan for thee! Oh, he played Canto with Don Quixote and Heathcliff being in the lead. That's interesting. Heathcliff is one of my favorite characters, and Don Quixote is one of everybody else's favorite characters. So that's pretty interesting. Word found. Okay, another story mission. There are 12 in total. Not got anything new in this pair. Hoping to at least make we get one of the grinding spots so I can start grinding off camera. So what is a splendid plan of yours? I don't think there were words in this world expressive enough to describe that look on Heathcliff's face. I was certain that he had a very scant expectations for Don Quixote and her plans. A sliver of hope in his face that maybe, just maybe, Don Quixote would rise to the occasion for once. It was unclear whether he or no struggle mattered much to Don Quixote, however, as he began excitedly describing her plan. Didst thou, Sir Heathcliff, ever hear the ancient and legendary fixture of the Deviat Association, the Red Sack? The print what like Virgilus? It is said that the legendary Red Sack carried out his deliveries no matter how terrible the terrain or how arduous the journey to all corners of the city. And with him was his sidekick, Reindeer Man. Forsooth, his magnificence have given away gratuitous gift to the children of the city that he deemed to be kind. 'Tis but common knowledge, Sir Heathcliff. He appears on the front cover of Fixers Monthly every winter. Don Quixote asked, sounding genuinely shocked to learn that Heathcliff did not know of this Red Sack. What makes you think I'd ever read rags like that? Fie to thee, rags, thou sayest? Manager Esquire, surely thou hast heard of this magnificent publication. I knocked on my ticking clockhead. I didn't really feel the need to spell it out for her. So none of thee has subscribed to it then. Mine words fall on deaf ears. Anyhow, what matters to thee, Sir Heathcliff, is that thou endeavour to make themselves more presentable for anyone else for this occasion, is it not? Finally getting to the point, go on. Very good, sir. A costume most befitting the occasion would be those of Reindeer, the Red Sack and his sidekick, Reindeer Man. Ha, this isn't gonna end well, is it? What, like those ridiculous fixers, del arche de arty, whatever? 'Tis not ridiculous! Fie, thou shouldst not even deign to indulge mine only wish that we would cosplay fixers. Arche de ardente together. Thou shouldst not give it a chance indeed. Speak not on a matter thou know not about. For all that talk of a splendid plan, I thought you were actually going somewhere, but it all comes back around to that fixture nonsense again, eh? Ha, don't even have the energy to beat the sense of you. I'll get to it later. 5 honest hits of the noggin on it should do it. When the sliver of hope on Heathcliff's face was beginning to rapidly fade, prithee, sir, thy thoughts of the fixtures we have laid our eyes upon thus far. What? Embarrassing, were they? Remember, were they not fancy and impeccably dressed? Those not to the eyes and heart. Speak! Absolutely embarrassing sods, yeah. That spandex bloke from K-Corp looked like he leaped right out of a circus. Nay, Lord Siegfried was not embarrassing. I say that his outfit was rather dashing, when you agree. Allow me to explain to thee the materials of its fabric so that thy understanding... excuse me. Huh? Did he hither, Heathcliff? I am yet unfinished. Ha! Why is the girl so hyper today? Well, Lord Siegfried is a special outlier, perhaps, but dost thou not agree that most fixtures are all rather well-dressed and wore honor upon their sleeves? Honor upon their what? Well, I don't know about that, but I suppose they were quite posh. Exactly! Forward the eye, and thou see thyself dressed as impeccably and impressively as the fixtures are. Is that right, sod? I know shit about clothes or making myself look fancy. Right, so let's say I go along with your plan. Where are we gonna get them clothes? Honestly, everyone was right. Where are we even gonna pick up clothes in the middle of the lake? Aye, yet I have thought of that as well. Recall the events of yesterday, the sirens that echoed across the bus. Dost thou remember? Now that I think about it, there was a siren yesterday. It went off not long before I announced the close of business for the day. Yeah, wasn't that literally the last sentence? But Faust said that the backdoor Valerity wasn't anything for us to worry about. Yet I was curious. How indeed doth Faust determine which Valerity is useful and what is not? Thus, as all were crowded by the back door, preoccupied of returning to our respective quarters, I have, secretly and stealthily, availed myself the chance to glance at the screen. So you took a peep at the screen? Fascinating. You know how to read those complex symbols? Nay, I myself had little hope of recognizing them, yet when I looked into them, I could very easily tell what the particular symbols on that device indicated. Forsooth, 'twere symbols of the red second reindeer man, and next to them was a symbol indicating Poss outfits. No, it can't be that simple. Yeah, that is insane. Yeah, no, it can't be that simple. I agreed with Heathcliff. However, Don Quixote remained enthusiastic as ever, as though she was already expecting him to say that. Dost thou know? Every so often, certain symbols appear on the numerous doors past the back door. Huh? Every respite, every passing glance, I made sure to watch them carefully. And 'twas yesterday, when, in the corridor, I spied myself the exact same door of the exact same symbols that I witnessed on the screen. Don Quixote, you didn't. 'Twas in my nature as an adventurer, Manager Esquire. Mine inability to quell the burning adventurous spirit, I prostrate before thee. Know that I have taken the sneakiest of peeks. Marry, it was 'twas not too foolhardy. I have only taken a small peek. And have I told thee what I had witnessed from within, that all my deductions and predictions have been proven true? Could thee find within thyself compassion to spare mine soul? You absolute muppet, what the bloody hell you keep doing when everyone tells you not to? Heathcliff, the two of you are the only two people who have also been back there. You can't be mad at her for that. Right, Heathcliff. I just don't understand why some people keep doing things that everyone tells them not to. Ahem, exactly. I remember when Heathcliff ignored all warnings and went into the restricted areas past the area of the corridor that we're allowed to use. We almost lost Heathcliff that day. It was a tad different this time, however. Back then, Heathcliff had no idea what was beyond that door. And this time, we do. Are you suggesting that we call everyone over to explore that place? Nay, the three of us would be more than sufficient to handle this task. All tasks begin with a party of three, indeed. You're just scared of the consultation, aren't you? I have never a clue what y'all may be referring to. The answer to her predicament was right. This predicament was right there. To tell them that it's too dangerous and shove them back into their respective rooms. To rest up for tomorrow. Manager Esquire, that zone, indeed, it appeared to be a place most peaceful to mine eyes. It was a simple task, is it not? All we need to do is enter there and avail ourselves of a few sets of clothes for Heathcliff. It was obvious that Don Quixote wasn't helping Heathcliff out of the pure kindness of her heart. Maybe she hungered for an adventure. Maybe she thought she might be able to do that cosplay of the fixtures she so admired. But if we can find Heathcliff some new, nice clothes to put his heart at ease, then... maybe I can do something about this before things get out of control. Like last time when I just let us into his anxiety stew and exacerbate. That's a good point, yeah. If we can keep Heathcliff's mood as good as possible now, then that could theoretically benefit him when his canto happens. Fine, we're turning around at the first sign of danger. Seriously? Come on. You're willing to do it if it meant you could pick up some new clothes. Well, I suppose I'll be okay as long as Flockhead's with us. Haha, well said. Let us reconvene tonight before Manager Esquire's quarters. We shall knock in the following rhythm. Knock, 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 knock. Then thou shalt whisper a secret code, to which I then shall... Just go get some sleep. Really hope this won't be a waste of time. We agreed on a precise time before returning to our respective rooms. Why are we not just going... Yes, yeah, we gotta wait. Interesting premise so far. I was assuming it was just going to be like us running into a boat or something. Actually getting to explore more of the back room part of the bus boat. Sounds a lot more interesting. Alright, here we go, first section. Which does mean that, yep, we get our first source of presents. We picked two guys. Yeah, these are picked. We got about
싱싱한 풀이 보이네.
No reason to build up anything else on him right now. A dark, silent night. All are sound asleep. Thus we assemble. This better be worth the trouble. It'll be worth every trouble, of course. Now come hither. We quietly and sneakily followed Don Quixote, taking care not to make a noise. really crossing the line? Bloody hell, lass, don't you know what happened last time I crossed it? Alas, it'll be different this time. All we need to do is follow the corridor immediately to the right of the delineation and open the door here. So there's the symbols he was talking about. Past the door, through the window, the symbols Don Quixote mentioned simmered. Symbols that seemed to indicate a sack, a wrapped present, and what appeared to represent fancy clothes. So they're the red sack and reindeer man symbols? Precisely! Right. Suppose you're an expert with these things. I'm going in. Huh, hold on. Did I miss a line there? No, I didn't get it. Before I even had a chance to stop him, Heathcliff barged into the door. And we found ourselves almost getting dragged in by a sheer fervor. Oh-ho! We found ourselves in a rather sizable room. Present factory of some kind. The place was decorated with numerous Christmas-themed ornaments. Warm, cozy lighting reflected off the wooden flooring. This maze of conveyor belts were installed all over the place. This place is a factory? Gift factory. What? What are those things? Those little children like... Hark, get his eye, Don Quixote! What the hell is he doing? The little figures that Heathcliff indicated didn't exactly look like children. Dale froze for a moment before turning it around in our direction. They weren't humans, that's for sure. Give me but a moment. I've already parlayed with these fellows. What happened to the sneaky ass of Binks? Oi, Clockhead, something's coming out this way. What the hell is that thing? Is that like a little Santa man? Is that like a Santa abnormal? Speaking of that, are we see Rudolph in here? A small but larger than those around it. You scurried over and stood before us. Ah, Lady Don Quixote, you fight gracious us with her presence once again, oh. And just as you did before, poof, appearing from the most unexpected place, oh man. Who's this, Don Quixote? I wish to go voice acting, because I really have no idea what kind of voice to give this person. He rubbed his hands, or what I assume to be his hands, together, looked up at us, and started. Pleased to make your acquaintance, oh man. You must be Lady Don Quixote's friend, Amaz. My name is Dodoru, a gnome who works at this gift factory, Amaz. And why, of course, I make gifts here, Amaz. A gnome? A gnome! Was that supposed to be obvious? What are gnomes, anyway? So they're not humans, right? Yes, they're not humans, they're gnomes! Yes, of course not. Not humans. Didn't think non-humans were allowed in the city. There are not abnormalities or distortions either. There's something else. The city, I knew it. Well, why does it matter if they're not humans? What matters is the heart with which they commit themselves to their work, that is. Of course, you're absolutely right, Lady Olman. Didn't that Dodoro gnome say something weird about the city just now? So that wasn't just me, huh? Well, oh man, the Dodoro cut in our conversation. Those are the friends of the Lady Don Quixote. Wish for any present, Gomez. Say, we have fancy clothes and powerful weapon, Gomez. Or delicious cookie, Gomez. Fancy clothes? Do you really have them? Looks like we got a winner, Gomez. Well, then please, this way. The gnome said something about introducing us to a reception hall and led us to a certain room in a security gate. This seems more like a storage space than a reception hall. Oh, behold, there's a warm fireplace and a table in this cozy place. What more could you be possibly asked for? We have some delicious refreshments for you as well, oh man. Please, wait a moment. I'll be right back with the gifts you want, oh man. The gnome bowed, opened the door, and scuttled out of the room. Our reception hall is usually this barren. Never been in one before, so I had no idea if this is what they're supposed to look like. I had to ask. Especially since it was starting to get pretty obvious, even with my rather limited experience, that there was something off about this whole situation. I have once heard the rumor this kind of decor has been catching on in recent years. Yeah, I've heard that too. But anyway, it's popular for some folks to deliberately leave their stuff lying around in some half-finished looking buildings. Is that what this is? Yeah, for the city, that's not that weird. Still thy heart, Manager Esquire. I shall be personally responsible for this expedition and claim ourselves shiny gifts. push comes to shove, I can have some of these. Some of the packets of shiny, expensive-looking stuff over there. No thievery this time, Heathcliff. Has the incident with the hair coupons already left thy mind? Ah, blimey. Just fine. Heathcliff was just following him off as always, but it was evident from his relaxing expression that his anxiety was starting to ease. Maybe it was the fact that we're here about to find what we're looking for was a comforting thought. Heathcliff, is it that important for you that you dress well for this occasion? Huh, oh yeah. A rather delicate but gently smoldering hearth. Calm, silent air. Perfect atmosphere to bring up uncomfortable subjects for some honest heart-to-heart. There's someone waiting for you there, someone you'd like to dress up for. Well, I suppose you're not completely wrong. Oh, secret, is it? Don Quixote excitedly and loudly dragged your chair up close to Heathcliff. I have to go back as a successful man, as someone of great worth. So they'll know I've changed, that I'm no longer the witless brigand, Heathcliff. That's why I have to dress posh when I return, to appear like a man of quality. I swear that's a line from his book, too. That he, wanted to be... I know that he definitely wanted to be perceived as being, of the elite. Interesting. And that carries through to the game as well. Ho! Have someone stroked the fire of envy in thy stomach? Is this about revenge, like Ismail? Revenge. Heathcliff leaned back in his chair. It creaked as he rocked gently back and forth. There's a look of deep introspection on his face, which was, if my memory serves me right, at first. Well, I suppose you could call it revenge. What I really want to do is make her regret. Yeah, that's what this is. Oh, so then, we'll trample over those bastards who thought I wasn't worth sight. This is very Bookcliff. Though she'll regret not choosing me, though she'll feel that regret down to the deepest reaches of her heart. I'll prove to Kathy that there's no better man for her than I. Okay, that's gonna be pretty tricky for you to prove, because Heathcliff, I don't know for sure, doesn't seem like you've been up to very great things for your life. Like, you've been in a syndicate, and you've been in a Limbus company, which is, you know, there are worse companies for sure, but this is not exactly, like, the greatest of all time. A proof. Right, no, I already read that. And I just skipped a line. Kathy. Heathcliff's eyes tremble a little when he speaks her name. He's mentioned that name before. His eyes trembled then, too. This Kathy must be someone pretty important to you. Of course, bloody important. So what happened between the two of you? Between you and Kathy? Catherine, to be exact, and I call her Kathy. It's a long and complicated story. Ah, allow mine intuition to speak for you. This Kathy must be thy lover, is she not? But wait, is that what she is to you? I don't know, it's nothing like that. Oh, okay, maybe a little bit. He's stuttering like Sinclair on a bad day. If his disposition is as brusque as always, I could see that he couldn't stop himself from smiling from a mere mention of her name. And that gave me more than enough answers. Every sinner had a reason for joining Limbus Company. So, maybe Heathcliff joined Limbus Company for that Kathy person. Makes me wonder what kind of person she might be, though. Someone that special, that precious to Heathcliff. Don't be so overdramatic, that ain't me. Now, I do this not out of my obligations as the manager, but I'm starting to think that I want to help you out, so that you could be the best man that you can be for her. Indeed, we shall all be people of quality. A thunk. I heard a door open in that very moment. It was the reception door. Wasn't the reception hall door. That one was made of wood and wouldn't make the sound that I just heard. Sound came from over there, away from us, from a dark corner of the room. Then we heard the sound of metal scraping against wood, and it was accompanied by a howling blizzard. So those were sleigh marks, huh? The huge sleigh made its way across the wooden floor, under one of the marks that were already on the floorboards. It was flanked by several gnomes. The sleigh was red, and the sacks on it were either black or red. They were all littered with flesh and blood. Dodoru, we've got your next batch of ingredients right here, oh man. So we got cherry gnome and leafy gnome. Phew, my back, oh man. Come on, friend of mine. Just think about the friends' faces when they open their present ones. Always worth it. Well, worth it. And shadowy. Here, Hero Man! The gaggle of gnomes who were walking in our direction as they chattered and gossiped froze in place upon noticing us. Quit logging, gagging, man! Quit chit-chatting and help us out, We've got a lot to process, Besides, we brought some live ones this time. I think I saw some sacks on the sleigh move. No, they were thrashing like something was trying to escape. Is that? Grab your weapon, girl. What's the matter? These fellows are but hard-working. Hello? Is there someone else? Please help get me out of there. Glorious day, man. This one's a fresh one. No. But they're human, Did Manager Dodoro bring them in one? How did he bring in humans so fast, man? Oh, all along then. Oh boy! Your familiar voice from the other corner of the room as Don Quixote stood there flabbergasted. Dodoro's done a blunder, man. That sleigh wasn't supposed to be coming in here, man. Don't so worry, man. Just a little game between us gnomes. That's your excuse? Master Dodoro. Dodoro's listening, man. Tell me the contents of those sacks. They're body sacks. Raw materials for presents, of course. Besides, Lady Don Quixote, man. Dodoro's prepared those fancy clothes for you and your friends to wear, man. Why, don't we head right out to where? What? Raw materials, are they? Dodoro's tired of lying, humans like you. You lot. What did I say about using the storage space, I told you this was off limit, What are you gonna deliver nothing but disappointment for our neighbor, Even now they await gifts from our factory, Oh, my bad, I'm still not sure how you're supposed to pronounce that. And I've already told the factory director to look forward to this batch, What was I thinking? This was absolutely not worth it. I know what you're thinking, Clockhead. So quit sighing and start strategizing. We gotta get out of here, yeah? Yeah, sitting here and feeling sorry for myself wasn't gonna do anything. It never did. Got it. Grab your tool, fresh, locally produced materials coming up, Right then, let's crack on, you little sights. Alright, into the combat. Very interesting. Are we in the outskirts right now? Like, they referred to the city with familiarity, but like it's a place they're not at. Either way, 1-7, how do you attacks? Toys. Oh, we are also no. One of them is using count. Is this a focus spell? Alright, that's the intelligence. Let's go.
맛이 있는데?
They die when killed. They do not run.
내 앞을 막을
있는 맛이 있는.
내 앞을 막을 없어.
Oh no.
완벽한 시원한 것. 굉장히 어디요? 나이스.
And also the thing about guys is that neither probably I don't see
이외에 천원에
space. Plus that up. Damn. That is not a good. Oh. We got most of it.
없어.
Come on. There we go, that's one of them. Now we
갔어.
and still. Now we're back. That's just stop.
맛이 있는데?
But that's hard. Oh, if
꽤 먹.
there we go. That's basically the boss. Not good. He's not for long. That's good. So ammo. Teleport with the first off strike. Yeah, can't you read it? You got better or anything?
전부 찢어버리겠네.
Come on, alleyway watchdog, you're something too. 16, yeah, let's get that up. That is very good. Solid. Alright, Rabbit. You're and if you can't, it's a real problem. You're looking at anybody's targeting. So they go on. That's one of them. Something.
정도가 낫지 않을까요?
Okay. I do have to figure out how to beat these guys. It's very difficult. Come on. Server is currently under routine maintenance. God damn it. Well, that is beyond frustrating. But, I don't know anyone else who's online right now. Brendan here. Sad, very, very sad.